Okay, classifying triangles using the Pythagorean theorem. Okay. So, what kind of triangle is this right here? Equilateral. If it's equilateral, it also is, it is regular, because in order to be regular, it has to be equilateral and since it's equilateral, it's equiangular. So that means that all these angles are equal. How many degrees would be in each of those angles? 60. When classifying triangles by angles, we know that all equilaterals are acute. What are our options if we're talking about like acute? We have acute triangles, and what are the other two? Acute, right, and obtuse. If it's obtuse, how many angles are more than 90? One. And then if it's right, we have one angle that's 90 degrees. So what we're going to do is we're going to actually be able to use Pythagorean theorem to decide whether a triangle is acute, right, or obtuse. First, a right triangle in Pythagorean theorem world. What's true about a right triangle in the Pythagorean theorem world? Correct. So come down here. If a squared plus b squared actually equals c squared, then the side lengths form a right triangle. Okay. If we're thinking about A, B, and C, which one always has to be the longest? C. Okay. So if I gave you and I said, okay, I have a triangle. It's a 4 by 4 by 4 triangle. I didn't give you a picture or anything else. What you could do is you could take those side lengths and make A equal to 4, B equal to 4, and C equal to 4 for the three side lengths of a triangle, right? And then you can decide by using Pythagorean theorem if that triangle is going to be right, acute, or obtuse by doing Pythagorean theorem. So 4 squared plus 4 squared is what, I'm just going to put equal right now, compared to c squared. So a squared plus b squared is what compared to c squared? What is 4 squared?
16.
So 16 plus 16 is how much?
32.
32. And what's 4 squared?
16.
16. Which one's bigger?
32.
So if a squared plus b squared is bigger than c squared, what kind of triangle is it? It's acute. So come down here. If a squared plus b squared is larger than c squared, then the side lengths form an acute triangle. Okay. So which is saying right here the same thing. A squared plus b squared is greater than c squared, therefore it's acute. Okay. If you ever forget these three things and you're on a test or a quiz, go back and do this example. A 4 by 4 by 4, an equilateral triangle we know has to be acute. Therefore, a squared plus b squared is bigger than c squared. Let's say if I plugged in the numbers and I got a squared plus b squared is smaller than c squared. What kind of triangle do you think that is? Obtuse. Okay. So, on the back, figure out which one's A, which one's B, and which one's C on A, B, and C real quick. So just right above the numbers, write down A, B, and C. Don't do any math, just do A, B, and C. On number 1, which one has to be C? Which number has to be C? Is square root of 8c is 4c or is 6c? 6. Because the square root of 8 is a little less than 3, right? Because square root of 9 is 3. So square root of 8 would be less than those. It doesn't matter which one's A and B from there, right? On the next one, which one's A, which one's C, actually? Did you guys figure out how big 2 square roots of 22 is? 2 square roots of 22 is 9.38.
I just estimated, said it's close to square root of 25, so 2 times 5.
Perfect. Yep.
You square all the numbers and
Whichever is the biggest.
yeah.
Yep. So 13 would be C, right? A and B. So when you get to a quiz, if you're doing this process, I need for you to make sure to figure out which one C is. C is always the longest side length. So that then you could do A squared plus B squared equals C squared properly. This one's C, so we can go A and B. Okay, so on these three, go ahead and do Pythagorean theorem to figure out if it's an acute, obtuse, or right triangle. On A, what is the square root of 8 squared? 8. Plus, what's 4 squared?
16.
Is something compared to, what's 6 squared?
6.
What's 8 plus 16? So 24 is what compared to 36? Less than. So what kind of triangle is this? Good. Next one, 9 squared is?
81.
Plus 2 squared, so 22 is?
88.
Good. Be careful on your parentheses if you got that incorrect. What's 13 squared?
169.
Yep. What's 88 plus 81? So if 169 equals 169, what kind of triangle? Yep. Last one, what's 20 squared? What's 21 squared? 441. What's 28 squared? What?
784.
So if I add these two, I get 841 is what compared to 784? So what kind of triangle? Awesome. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Awesome. I'm trying to think if I need to do 2 lessons today. Hold on, give me a second. In a right triangle, if an altitude is drawn from the triangle's right vertex to the hypotenuse. So remember, an altitude makes a 90-degree angle from a vertex to the opposite side. So that was back in unit, I think 4 maybe. Then the 2 triangles formed and the original triangle are all similar triangles, similar to one another. Okay. So what they are saying with that is I have this big triangle, right? There's how many triangles total here? There's actually 3 triangles total. There's the big one, which is A, C, B. You guys see the large one? Okay. This is 90 degrees right here. There is the medium one, which is A, C, D. And then there's the small one, which is D, B, C. But what they are saying is that this triangle is similar to this triangle, which is similar to this triangle because I drew an altitude. All 3 of those triangles would become similar to one another. But you got to be careful. Like side CB is my small side. What side would it match up with on the medium triangle? What? CD. And what would it match up with on the small triangle? DB. A to B is my large side. What would it match up with on my medium triangle? AC. And what would it match up with on my small triangle? CB. Which leaves my medium side similar to my medium side, similar to my medium side. Okay? So you would have to rotate them to make their sides similar to one another. Okay? In a right triangle, the altitude from the right triangle to the hypotenuse divides the hypotenuse into 2 segments. The length of the altitude is the geometric mean of the 2 segments. Okay, so what they're saying is, let's say I have this triangle right here. I have this hypotenuse. This is where I make my T's. Okay, I'm going to make a T. What they're saying is, I don't know, there should be a line there and a line there. What they're saying is, if I go small side of the small triangle over medium side of the medium triangle, so BD over CD. Okay, you following so far? That is proportionate and equal to the ratio of CD, which is the small side, over the medium side, CD over AD. Why do you think I call it my T method? What did I just make? I made a T. So small over medium equals small over medium. That is to find a missing side length. We use that proportion to find a missing side length. Okay. Another one is called my checks. Like a check mark. Okay. On this one, my long side of my large triangle over my medium side of my medium triangle, my large triangle, equals my large side of my medium triangle over my medium side of my medium triangle. So all the way across, AB over AC equals AC over AD. That is this guy right here. AB over AC equals AC over AD. Okay? Or I can go the other way. AB, long side, over CB, small side, equals long side of my small triangle over small side of my small triangle. So this guy right here. AB over CB equals CB over DB. Why do I call it my check? Because I'm making a check mark. Do you guys see the check mark? Some people call it working the corners because you're going around the circle in a corner. Okay? So it's called a check or corners. What? Well, I'm going around that corner and coming back. Okay, so let's try this. Complete the proportion for the similar triangles below. DG over EG. So on these, I find it easiest to like draw it as I'm saying it. DG over EG is equal to something over GF. What would that something be? EG again. Is that my T or my check? This is a T. Next one. M to Q over P to Q. Okay, so this one's a little different. M to Q is medium side of the large over P to Q is small side of the large equals M to N, medium side of the medium, to, we want small side. Which one's the small side? No, we want long side, sorry. Medium side over, oh no, right, sorry. Medium side over small equals medium side over small. So what would it be? What'd you say? NQ. So again, medium side of large over small side of large equals MN is the medium side of the medium over small side of the medium. Okay? These get tricky. If you are truly, truly struggling, what I suggest is you draw this out for each one of these. Bless you. Draw out all three triangles. All right, so let's try some. Right here. Which one does this look like it's going to be? A T or a check? It looks like a T. And the reason being is because this little section right here, the altitude, is labeled with a number or a letter. Okay, so if we're going to set up a T on this, how do I set the T up? What over what equals what over what? 2 over y equals y over 8. Correct. Could I have set that up as 8 over y equals y over 2? Root y equals how much then? 4. Perfect. B, a T or a check, do you think? Check. Okay. On a check, you're going to go all the way across. What is all the way across? This, what's that whole distance right there? Not 6z. 6 plus z over 4 equals, so we went all the way across down. I need to go back up 4 and then backwards a little bit. Over what? Z. Go ahead and cross multiply, divide, and solve for your z.